This is Ahmaud. This is Ahmaud Arbery. He was murdered February 23rd, 2020 by Greg and Travis McMichael, the father and son tandem. For those that don't remember, they chased him in their vehicle and gunned him down, claiming that they thought he was a burglar. They had burgled a vacant house that was just being built, which comes to find out he burgled nothing. They claimed that it was self-defense, that Ahmaud Arbery attacked the son because the son is the one that shot him at close range with a shotgun. You all remember that. I'm not going to harp on it and keep going. But this is the father and the son, Greg and Travis. And I bring that up because, the police did not charge any of them immediately after the shooting. And the McMichaels and Brian, they homeboy, who was riding around, get this, he followed them and recorded the whole thing. He's turning state evidence now, so, he's going to be a witness for the state. Not that, that does anything. That doesn't make him any better. He knew what was going on. But I want to get to this lady right here. This is Jackie Johnson. Jackie Johnson was the DA who recused herself from the case because she knew the McMichaels, the father, exactly. But she didn't recuse herself before telling the police not to arrest the McMichaels. Now, she claims she did such a good thing, and she got a special prosecutor to take her place. And the special prosecutor, his son works in her office. Now, forgive me for saying work, because now, this lady right here is no longer a DA, but something has come out of this because, we want justice, and people say that it's not about race. So let's just get this in perspective. Former prosecutor right here has been charged by a grand jury for using her position to shield the men who chased and killed Ahmaud Arbery from being charged with crimes immediately after the shooting. This is what she did. So the grand jury says that apparently there was some crimes taking place. But she was covering for the father that used to work for her. But it's not about race. A DA is not supposed to be able to tell the police what to do, but yet she wielded enough power to tell the police not to arrest the McMichaels. She took an oath to protect people like you and me. But instead, she used her job to protect murderers. And we're supposed to believe that it's not about race. This young man is dead and justice still hasn't been served. Yes, the wheels are rolling on it, but they're rolling slow. Why? Because people like Jackie Johnson, DA, ex-DA, does things like she did in this Ahmaud Arbery case. She used her power to protect murderers. And then she tried to be slick and recuse herself from the case, but the person that she put on the case, his son works for her office. Now remember, at first, nothing was happening about this until people started protesting and making noise. And when the right bureau got to investigating, comes to find out that Johnson, get this, insists she did nothing wrong, saying she immediately recused herself from the case because Greg McMichael was a former employee. She recommended an outside prosecutor, Waycross Judicial Circuit District Attorney George Barnhill, who was appointed to the case, and concluded no charges was warranted. Barnhill later stepped aside after Arbery's family noted he had a son working for Johnson as an assistant prosecutor. People, did you hear that? This lady kept the police from locking up the McMichaels from killing this young man. Then she takes herself off the case and gets someone else, appoints another person who she knows is going to toe the line like her. The second prosecutor comes out and said, there's no crime. And we wouldn't know that if Arbery's family didn't push the issue and let it be known that, hey, this prosecutor, his son works for the prosecutor that just left the case. This stinks like the garbage it is. So, as you can see, as they love to say, it's not about race. Justice is supposed to be blind. We have a dead young man who had a promising life ahead of him, regardless of what anybody has to say. They should not have hunted him down and killed him. Murderers. Guilty by association. She should be locked up for more than just what they're locking her up, what they're accusing her of. I hope she loses her job, where she's not a prosecutor anymore anyway, but I hope she's not allowed to do anything with law. How do you take an oath to protect people and then turn your back on them? What do you think?